Hello everybody. So today with meditation and with our little video, I wanted to talk about 5 obstacles that seem to be pretty prevalent when I'm teaching. People will say the things that are making it difficult for them to meditate. The first one is doubt. And I hear this one quite a bit, like, does it really work? And even though I'll throw out all this different research, people are still doubtful. You know, how can getting still do so much good in your brain? And really my answer to it is keep your doubt, keep your speculation, but try it and do it and be consistent with it. Just like anything else, give it 21 days, form a habit, and see how you are different in the 21 days. I was so doubtful, you guys, when I started. I think I have shared with you that I thought meditation was stupid, and there was not a chance it was going to work for me. And boy, oh boy, was I wrong. Because without meditation, you do not want to see me. And chances are I don't want to see anybody else either. So my best answer to doubt is stick with it. Give it the 21-day try. 21 days to make a habit. Just try it. That's all I can say. Research it if you're like me and you want research behind it. Research it, reach out to me. I'll give you some places to go for research and help answer any questions you might have. But truly the best thing is just to give it a try. Restlessness. This can be hard because no matter what you do for your meditation, what agreement you've made with yourself. Mine is 20 minutes twice a day. I have to get it in there. Sometimes, though, the 20 minutes, it's hard. It's restless. I'm wanting to move. I'm wanting to go. My morning meditation is usually always easier than my early evening meditation. You know, we are trained as Americans to be busy all the time. You have to go. And, we've glorified that. So it's hard for our bodies to just sit and be still and be present in the moment. Again, my answer to that is stick with it. I will say it gets easier, but with the amount of years that I've been meditating, I still have those days. And I probably have those days, I'm going to say 1 or 2 meditations a week. So it's just something you have to deal with. Sometimes we are more restless than other times, but just stick with it. You don't get the benefit unless you stick with it. And as I have said before, sometimes you have to embrace the suck. And the suck that day can be that you're restless and want to get up and jump at it and go about your day. Sit down first to whatever amount of time you committed to for yourself. Irritation. Yeah, this is part of embracing the suck too. Sometimes it can be irritating. Sometimes there's stuff going on and you want that perfect, peaceful bliss. And we don't always get that, Most of my meditations I do in an area where there is noise happening outside of it because that's real life. Even at home, for me, if I am all by myself, other than Nixon and Gracie, the house can be perfectly quiet. But there are days where the second I sit down, that's when Gracie throws up. That's when Nixon decides he wants to bark at every single squirrel that he sees out the window. It's not always quiet. And There's life happening. And when we start to get stressed and anxious and depressed, a lot of times we're in the middle of people, in the middle of a crowded area, middle of work, middle of school, middle of wherever. And we need to calm ourselves down. And remember, meditation simply calms your central nervous system. So we need to be able to do that when life is happening around us. So yeah, we get irritated sometimes. Again, stick with it. Sleepy. So there are fantastic meditations for you to help fall asleep. I personally, if I'm not able to sleep, I will stick a Yoga Nidra meditation on through Insight Timer. Works like a charm almost every single time. I'm laying down, and that's a signal to my brain that it's time to sleep. When you're meditating, if you're doing it twice a day, if you're doing it once a day, I highly recommend sitting up, keeping your spine as strong and tall as possible, yet soft, if that makes sense. By keeping yourself upright, it does help you stay awake. You are gonna, I always love seeing the beginners nod, because that's when the people are sitting and they're starting to get into meditation and everything's going good, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's fantastic to me as the teacher, because I know they're relaxed. I know they are in the moment. So that's great. And sleep is a side effect of meditation. It is one of the things that can happen. So if it happens, great. You just got one of the most peaceful sleep for the extended period of time that you decided for yourself. Great. I never discourage people if they fall asleep in my class. I take it as a huge compliment, especially some of the teens that I work with. So that's always great. May not be what you're setting out for, but you can set yourself up for success at not falling asleep by just keeping your body sitting up. Maybe lean against a wall. If you have to lay down because physically that's what feels better for you, then throw your legs up the wall. You're going to get some benefit from that as well, and you might be less likely to fall asleep. Wanting. People will say that they sit down and then all of a sudden they start craving something. Maybe they want that chocolate chip cookie. Maybe they want to go read a book. Maybe they want to go to some beautiful island that they're visualizing in their head. If it's the visualization of the island that you're wanting, take yourself there in your meditation. If it's the cookie you're wanting, it's similar to getting caught up in the story, like I've talked about before. So if you notice you want that cookie, just leave it at that and know that, okay, when you are done with meditation, you'll go get the cookie. The whole thing, all of these, the 5 obstacles that I hear a lot. So doubt, restlessness, irritation, getting sleepy, and wanting something. Truly, the only solution is to embrace that and move past it. Don't get stuck on it. Don't get hung up on it. Don't tell yourself a story about it all. Acknowledge it and move on. And by moving on, it's sticking with your practice. I do it for 20 minutes. You don't have to. We've talked about it. 8 minutes is really what the research is showing right now. I've tried 8 minutes. I personally don't feel as good at 8 minutes as I do with my 20 minutes. But that's me. We're not all the same. Maybe 30 minutes is what works for you. Maybe 5 minutes is what works for you. Just come up with a number and do it. Stick with it. Keep a beginner's mind. That is probably the key to it all, is keeping a beginner's mind, because a beginner isn't looking for anything in particular. They're more open and apt to just let it be and see what happens. So try to keep the beginner's mind with this. Promise. It gets easier. It's not always perfect. It's not always fun and peaceful and relaxing. Sometimes it can bring up emotions that you don't necessarily want to bring up, but hey, you got to deal with them. But I promise, with a consistent meditation practice, you will see benefits. You will feel better. You will not regret doing this. So you can always reach out to me. You can contact me. We'll talk. Let's do a quick meditation. So get yourself as comfy as possible. We're going to do this for probably about 4-ish minutes. Get yourself comfy. I encourage you to close your eyes. If not, and you want to peek and see what it is I'm doing, I'm just going to be sitting here, you guys. Might grab a glass or a drink of water, but I'm just going to be here. So, we always start with 3 long, slow, deep breaths in and out through our nose, and hold the exhale on for the count of 3. And again, that is just a trick used to calm your central nervous system and allow your brain to think that you are safe. So, in through your nose, out through your nose, and hold for the count of 3. In through your nose, out through your nose, and hold for the count of 3. In through your nose, out through your nose, and hold for the count of 3. Allow all the past weeks' stress, anxiety, self-doubt, let all that leave. Allow your body to be filled with love, compassion, empathy, laughter, bravery, courage, strength. Let that fill your body. Allow the space between your eyebrows to begin to soften. For me, it feels like they're pulling apart. Notice how it feels to breathe in. Is there a coolness there? And as you're breathing out, you're aware that you're breathing out. And maybe you notice a little warmth on your top lip. Your jaw unclenches and your tongue falls from the roof of your mouth. We hold so much stress in our jaw. Just let it soften. Allow your shoulders to move away from your ears. Notice your heart area. Whenever you are feeling down, or like life is just tough, always go back to your heartbeat. You've survived everything so far. You can take on anything life throws at you. Without changing anything, notice your breath. Is it staying right in your chest? Maybe it's in your throat. Or maybe it's going through your whole body. You can just feel the life moving through you. Let your stomach soften. We suck it in all day. Just let it go. Your hips and thighs. Notice your knees. Your shins and your calves. your ankles, the tops and bottoms of your feet. I'm going to leave you with 1 minute of silence. Thoughts are going to come to your head. Just let them go. You can focus on your heartbeat, your breath, or sending some love to maybe a body part that's feeling a little stiff or sore. I'll keep track of the time. You can start to bring yourself back to your room. And if you're comfortable, bring your hands to heart center. Pay attention to your words. If you would not say it to your best friend, do not say it to yourself. Every single cell is listening to what you have to say. Pay attention to your words. The vibrations we send out to the universe. Choose love over fear. And your heart. Oh, it can be broken with one word, but it can be healed with one smile. Smile at as many people as you can. Let them be seen. Let them know that somebody today cared because they smiled. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And start to bring movement back to your body by wiggling fingers and toes and opening your eyes. I appreciate you guys joining me on this journey. Subscribe, share my video, tell your friends. Let's make meditation absolutely known to everybody in this world. I look forward to seeing you again. Bye.